Hey, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another Pokemon Go video. In this video, I'm going to be going over my results from the Pokemon Go Fest redo event, or the Pokemon Go Fest Saturday Round 2 event, or the Pokemon Go Fest do-over event. I'm still not really sure what to call this, but we're going to be going over the results from that because that actually happened today. So before we go ahead and get started, as always, if you guys do enjoy this video, feel free to hit that like button down below. I'd really appreciate it. And if you guys are new to the channel and would like to see more Pokemon Go videos, make sure to hit that subscribe button as well. But with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. So for those of you guys who did not watch my Go Fest videos or maybe are new to the channel, basically the reason why we got this do-over event is because on Saturday for Go Fest, we actually got evacuated around 1 o'clock in the afternoon due to potential thunderstorms incoming, so the city actually asked Niantic to close down the event until further notice. They eventually reopened the park, I want to say about 2.5 hours later, and so originally I thought that we were only going to get a 2 to 3 hour extension, which would have been more than fine, but Niantic was actually feeling pretty generous and gave us a whole nother day of Go Fest, which was super awesome. And now of course you're gonna have those people that were kind of salty about this. I mean, naturally, people who had Go Fest on Friday and Sunday who also experienced some network issues. Now, I also did experience some network issues on Saturday, so it wasn't just like it was only Friday people or only Sunday people or only Thursday people for that matter. Saturday also had network issues on top of the evacuation, so keep that in mind. It's like the main reason that we actually got a second day of Go Fest is because of the evacuation. If it was just network issues, I guarantee that we would have not gotten another day of Go Fest, but that was not the case. We got evacuated, and so here we are. So, Go Fest Round 2, Go Fest redo event, I still don't know what to call it, guys. It actually went really well for me today. Now, I grinded extremely hard, and one more thing I want to talk about before we go ahead and jump into the recap right now is just more of a thank you to you guys for being so understanding as viewers. Like, I truly do appreciate it. For those of you guys who don't know, I actually had a really big dilemma last night before the event started, and I kind of had decided, or at least I was deciding between doing a vlog or just kind of grinding straight and then doing a recap like this, because I really did want to grind. I really did want to take advantage of this. I mean, when I was actually at Go Fest in Chicago, I felt that I spent a lot of time vlogging and I really missed out on so many things because of it. And in general, when you vlog, you tend to miss out on a lot of potential grind time. It's the main reason I don't really vlog during Community Day anymore, because I just feel like I lose so much time out of my grind if I'm vlogging, you know, 2-3 minutes here, you know, consistently throughout those 3 hours. It adds up, and ultimately that really affects your grind. So I kind of had this dilemma last night. I asked you guys on Twitter, you know, like, what should I do? Like, are you guys okay with me just doing, you know, screen recordings and then doing a recap like this? Most of you guys were actually fine with it. I think a couple of you guys are just like, oh no, vlog it still. But you know, some of you guys commented too and just kind of let me know that it's okay, you know, like whatever works best. Like, you guys understand the grind mentality too. And that really meant a lot to me. The fact that so many of you guys actually responded to that poll, especially looking back at the event now that it's over, I can definitely say that if I did vlog it, I would have missed out on so much stuff, guys. I mean, honestly, the potential for this event was massive, and I feel like it actually took me a couple hours to just really get into the groove of things. And if I was like vlogging here and there, doing even like 1 hour recaps, which would have been fine normally, but for this event, I just felt like, you know, all that time really would have added up, and it would have easily taken out so much of my grind time and so much of what I had to do to get as far as I did in this event. And so I just want to say thank you guys once again for backing me on this mentality, because honestly, I did really want to grind out this event, and had I done the vlogs, it just wouldn't have been this good. But anyways, enough of me kind of building it up. Let's go ahead and jump into what actually happened during Pokemon Go Fest Round 2 or something like that. I still don't know what to call it, guys, I'm sorry. Okay, so we started the event, right? We started the event at 9 and then it ended at 7. So we went into the event, kind of started a little bit slow. We got our first shiny at 9:45 a.m., which was the Flower Crown Shiny Eevee. So super hyped about this one. This is honestly one of the rarest shinies in game. When I was over at Go Fest in Chicago, if you went over to the trading post, the only thing people wanted for their super rare shinies or their super rare legendaries or regionals or whatever it is they had that they wanted to trade, it was shiny Flower Crown Eevee and shiny Flower Crown Pikachu or Relicanth. Those are the only things that people generally wanted, and you know, it was really hard to obviously have that. And so getting this as my first shiny of the day was super amazing. And then following that, we Go Plus a shiny Swana, which I can't say I'm super hyped about. We got this about 30 minutes later at 10:13 a.m. This is just one of those shinies that's super common, everybody has it, so I wasn't too thrilled about it, but a shiny's a shiny, right? The next shiny we got was a shiny Wailmer, an actual good shiny, right? So we got this one 5 minutes later at 10:18 a.m. Following that, we got our next shiny 2 hours later, so we kind of went on a bit of a dry streak. We got our shiny Aeron. We go plus this actually. It's my first one, which I'm super hyped about. I love it because I always just think of the red eyes as Sharingan from Naruto. We can even name this one Sasuke as an Uchiha. If I get more shiny Aeron, we'll just name them all the Uchihas. And then following that, we got a shiny Snubbull at 1:20 p.m. So this is my first shiny Snubbull, very hyped about this. It took about 15 minutes to get it. I mean, more or less it was okay as far as the shiny rates go. I believe I already mentioned this, but the first 5 hours, the first half of the event was actually pretty slow for me. After I went on my lunch break and I came back, that's when things really started picking up. So we went on our lunch break around 2 p.m. and I kind of came back with a different strategy and mentality, kind of thinking, you know, to myself, like, what can I do to really just improve my efficiency? What I was doing during the first 5 hours is I was going through and I was clicking on Pokemon, right? I was shiny checking them. And then after I shiny checked everything, I would go back out, click on my Go Plus, and then have that catch everything, or at least try to catch everything. It'd probably catch like 3 out of 10 Pokemon, honestly. But basically, I'm doing that for the Stardust, right? I'm always a Stardust grinder at heart. And so that actually kind of hurt me in terms of efficiency. So going into it after my lunch break, I was just going through for the most part and just shiny checking and not catching anything. Instead, I was just going through Main Street, right, because I was fully lured up. And the reason I started doing this now is because I remembered that the lured Pokemon only stay there for 3 to 5 minutes. So by the time I would go through and do a full loop around Main Street, everything would probably have already reset. And so with this in mind, I mean, thinking back to how I was doing it before, where I would go through and I would shiny check everything and then go plus it, I was spending a lot more time. And so this time around, I was doing that instead. And not only that, I was also going up the street to Starbucks, which has a huge cluster spawn, and then coming back down and then going through the residential neighborhoods over there, which also had a lot of different spawn points, which really kind of helped me out. And so basically what I would do is I would grind Main Street for 15 minutes, I'd go up the street to Starbucks, hit all those spawns, go through the residential areas, hit all those spawns, and then head back over to Main Street and do the same thing over and over again. This was amazing. I don't know why I wasn't doing this earlier. I guess it's somewhat of a trial and error. I had to figure this out on my own. But once I started doing this, guys, I cannot even explain how amazing my shiny luck became. So let's go ahead and go through that right now. So I came back from my lunch break. I started kind of learning this process too, because it wasn't like right away where I kind of figured it out. I was kind of like, okay, like maybe I should try this, see if it works. Tried a couple different methods, and this is the one that really stuck with me. So after that, we got a shiny Duskull at 2:53 p.m. And then we got a shiny Geodude at 3:08 p.m. So the shinies are starting to come in a lot better now. Also, one thing I wasn't doing earlier is I wasn't shiny checking everything, which I don't really know why I was doing that, but I was only shiny checking like certain Pokemon and then just go plussing the rest. That probably hurt me more than it helped me. So I started checking everything, and that really started to actually pay off. Following that, we got another shiny Absol, and I say another because we got our first one at GoFest. This is actually the first shiny Absol of this event, though. So we got our first shiny Absol of this event. I was super hyped, guys, because this was the shiny that I wanted the most at GoFest Chicago, and we had already gotten it, but now we got it again, so I guess I could have this for a potential lucky trade in the future, get a lucky shiny Absol. Definitely gonna max that out. And I don't have to trade my GoFest shiny Absol because that one kind of holds a special place in my heart. Anyways, though, we got the shiny Absol at 3:44 p.m. Then following that, we got our Shinee Shuppet at 4:22 p.m. And then after that, we got a shiny Houndour, really, really big one too, at 4:34 p.m. So you guys can see the shinies are coming in really, really frequently now, opposed to where it was taking like almost an hour to get one shiny, or at least I would go through these like really long dry streaks. But now they're coming in like every 10-20 minutes, so that's actually pretty good. Or maybe I'm exaggerating there, but maybe every like 20 to 30 minutes, right? That's a lot better. Well, the next couple of shinies kind of come in here a little bit faster than that. Then we got a shiny Aeron, or sorry, a second shiny Aeron. And I guess we can name this one like a Tachi or something like that, right? The red eyes. Let's just name them all Uchihas. So then we got that one at 4:45 p.m. So about 11 minutes after the shiny Houndour. And then 11 minutes after this, we got another shiny Horsey. And I say another shiny Horsey because we got our first one in Chicago. our first shiny horsey of this event, which was super awesome because I clicked on so many of these things in Chicago, could not get another one for the life of me. I mean, the second one I clicked on, I got the shiny. For the rest of the time I was in Chicago, I could not get another shiny horsey, so I was really happy to get this one. Following that, well, we got another shiny Absol. I was literally losing my mind when I got this one because I was like, there's no way this is even possible. Like, a third shiny Absol. Oh my gosh. As a free-to-play player, I feel very privileged to have 3 shiny Absol on my account. It is quite an honor, honestly. I'm so happy that Niantic actually released them in the wild for the GoFest spawns, because if they didn't, I probably would not have a single shiny Absol in my Pokemon box. But we have 3, so that's really awesome. Then after the shiny Absol, well, we got another shiny that's also incredibly rare from raids. We got a shiny Mawile. So I really wanted to get this during the Chicago GoFest event, but unfortunately they weren't really spawning that much, and I had awful service at the Fairy Garden because I'm on AT&T, so this one wasn't really that possible. But today they were spawning all over the place. I clicked on so many before actually getting this one. We got this one at 5:07, and by the way, we got the Absol at 5:01, so like 6 minutes after that horsey. Pretty crazy, right? And then what, another 6 minutes after the Absol was a shiny Mawile, which again, pretty insane that I'm getting these shinies so frequently now. And I'm not even sure what exactly happened, guys, to get this many shinies. I'm pretty sure it was a combination of just good RNG plus my new strategy that I was using, and that definitely seemed to pay off. I was clicking on a lot more Pokemon than I was in the first 5 hours. And then following the shiny Mawile, we get our next shiny, which is a second shiny horsey during this event at 5:22 p.m. So 15 minutes later, again, the shinies are coming in really hot. So this actually completes my whole entire trio set, so now I can evolve the Seadra and then the Kingdra and then have a unique of each for the shiny set, which is always really cool to have. Not something that I always go for, but again, it's kind of just a nice goal, I guess, because it's definitely attainable with trading these days, but we don't have to do that now because we got them all, so that's really cool. Following that, we got another shiny Duskull at 5:42 p.m., so 20 minutes later, which is kind of nice. You know, like I said, I was clicking on everything now, whereas during the first 5 hours, I wasn't clicking on everything, and I definitely think that kind of hurt me. But once I started clicking on everything, well, the shiny started coming in a little bit hotter. And then also the strategy plus probably good RNG, everything kind of factors in here. And then after that, we got the shiny Flower Crown Pikachu at 6:01 p.m. entering the last hour of the event. It's also a female, and I feel like the females on the shiny Flower Crown Pikachu for some reason just look a lot nicer to me. I don't know why. Maybe I'm being sexist. I don't know. I'm sorry, guys. They just look nicer. So I'm happy that I got this. Very cool. Like I said at the start of the video, guys, people really wanted the shiny Flower Crown Eevee and the shiny Flower Crown Pikachu. So to get this felt amazing. The fact that I got both during this event was truly amazing. Alright, so we got that one at 6:01 p.m. and then at 6:13 p.m. we got Shinee Shuppet number 2. So again, very cool. Like I said, I was clicking on everything. We're giving ourselves more chances. We're going through this super fast, and yeah, Shinee Shuppet number 2. And then 4 minutes later, guys, 4 minutes later, we complete the original Halloween trio with a shiny Sableye. I clicked on a lot of these today, and eventually, at the last hour of the event, I finally got one, or I got my second one, because the first one I got was during the very first Halloween event, or sorry, the Halloween event which debuted the shiny Pokemon. So I got one like 2 years later. Pretty cool still. So we got that, and that was at 6:17 p.m. Then we kind of went on a dry streak. I wouldn't even say dry streak, but we didn't get a shiny until the very end of the event, and I'm talking like the last minute of the event. But before we get to the last shiny of the event, there was actually something that happened right before that. So 10 minutes before the event ended, I got a message from my friends Amanda and Edgar, and they had told me that there was 100% IV Pachirisu up the street about 5 minutes away. Now I only had 8 minutes on the event left, so I had to book it up there. If I hit any bad lights, I would not have made it. Thankfully, I made it with 2 minutes to spare, guys. 6:58 p.m. The event was about to end. 2 minutes before the event ended, guys, I got the 100% IV Pachirisu, and I thought that was gonna be my banger. But it wasn't. Literally the next minute, guys, literally at 6:59 p.m., we get another shiny Flower Crown Pikachu, also female as well. And I was kind of freaking out because I'm thinking, like, if I don't catch this before 7 o'clock rolls around, it's gonna turn back to a normal Pikachu. If you guys don't know this already, during Community Day, if you catch a shiny at 1:59 p.m. and it turns 2 o'clock while you're catching it, it'll turn back to a regular spawn. This happened to me on Mareep Community Day, and I've actually seen it happen to a lot of other people as well. But anyways, thankfully, we actually got it right before that event ended, so I was really happy about that, guys. Our banger was the second shiny Pikachu with the flower crown, so in total we got 3 insanely extremely rare shinies. Insanely extremely rare, that's a weird way to say it, but basically that's what it is. And that was it, guys. So we got 20 shinies today in total. I'm super stoked about that. What's funny is that we actually got our first 5 shinies within the first 5 hours, and then we got 15 shinies within the last 5 hours. So definitely good RNG, plus my new strategy. Those both really helped me out a lot at the end. Honestly, had I gone in with my strategy or with my altered strategy that I used in the last 5 hours at the start of the event, we may or may have not gotten more shinies, but I really can't complain with 20. 20 is a lot, and a lot of them were uniques too. I mean, I can go through my uniques right now. Let's see what we got here. So the shiny flower crown, that was a unique. I never had that before. Aron was a unique. Snubble. We had Duskull before. Geodude was a unique. I think we have Houndour already. Mawile was a unique. Shiny flower crown Pikachu was a unique. And I think that was actually all my uniques. The rest were just kind of like completing for sets, which again is still really nice. And then we had the 100% IV Pachirisu as well. So very, very good Go Fest Round 2 event. I'm sorry guys, I still don't know what to call it. And then we can take a look at all the shinies I got from the very start of Go Fest. So let's run through everything we got from Go Fest as a whole. So we got shiny Snorunt number 1, Horsea, Cresselia, Sandshrew, Snorunt number 2, Psyduck, Sandshrew number 2, Wailmer, Sandshrew number 3, Ho-Oh, Snorunt number 3, I believe, second shiny Wailmer, Baneri, Ghastly, Larvitar, Absol, Psyduck number 2, shiny Machop, our 4th shiny Sandshrew, and then the rest of these, we got the Typhlosion as a trade, we got the Growlithe on the first day it came back, and then we got shiny Togepi from a trade, shiny Ghastly from a quest, Eevee from a trade, and then we started today's grind with the shiny Flower Crown Eevee, shiny Swinub, 3rd Wailmer, 1st Aron, 1st Snubble, Duskull, Geodude, 2nd Absol, Shuppet, Houndour, 2nd Aron, 2nd Horsea, 3rd Absol, 1st Mawile, 3rd Horsea, 2nd Duskull, 1st Flower Crown Pikachu, 2nd Shuppet, 1st Sableye, and then 2nd Flower Crown Pikachu. So let me just count them all together real fast. 39 total shinies, guys, for my trip to Chicago plus the bonus Go Fest event. That's incredible. I'd like to round it off and say 40, and we could probably just do that because why the heck not? I mean, the shiny Ghastly or the shiny Growlithe, let's just throw those bad boys in there. That was in the grace period of this all, so yeah, let's just say 40 shinies in total. I don't even really know what to say, honestly, at this point. I'm very tired, my legs are tired, my arms are tired. My shoulder is killing me, actually. My shoulder is really killing me right now because I've been holding my phone like all day for like 10 hours. Yeah, that wasn't too fun, but it was worth it. I mean, we got so many shinies to show for it, so I'm not complaining or anything like that. I'm actually kind of tapped out from Pokemon Go, and I might take a couple days off just because we really grinded hard today, guys. I actually had a couple of friends that were walking Main Street during the event, and, you know, of course I was offered to go walk with them, but I had that grind mentality, guys. I had that grind mentality, and I'm happy I stuck with it because it really paid off in the end. I mean, getting 20 shinies today, that should have been what happened on Go Fest on Saturday, or at least the previous Saturday, but unfortunately it didn't happen then. We made it happen now, and I'm very, very satisfied. I feel very accomplished, and this video is way longer than it was supposed to be. So I'm gonna go ahead and end off right here, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Also, thank you guys all so much for just being so supportive as fans. I really do appreciate that more than anything else. Anyways, though, if you guys did enjoy this video, feel free to hit that like button down below. I'd really appreciate it. And if you guys do want to see more Pokemon Go content, make sure to hit that subscribe button for future videos. And I will see you all real soon in the next one.